Okay, sorry, I had to put my glasses on so I could look as smart as she does. Okay, I'm Catherine. This
Teresa.
is Teresa. And we are reviewing Shift by Staci Hart.
I'm going to kind of do the most of the talking here. Because
we'll explain the Shift thing real fast. And then I'm gonna talk about Staci Hart real quick. We have to make this quick because she has to be a mom.
My husband needs me to cut tomato. And
I refuse to be a mom, so...
So Shift.
She's doing it.
When I first was told by Kat that we were going to read this book, I went on Goodreads and looked it up. I said, okay, is it part of a series? Let me see. And I was like, Kat, there's this Gods and something, and it says it's book 4. I didn't get it. So you know, Shift is a rewrite.
Oops.
Yeah, oops. Staci did a whole series. This is book 2 in that series, but it's not just a name change and a cover change. It's a rewrite. From what I understand, she's fleshed it out more. I haven't read the original. She has. So start there. So Shift isn't new per se. It's a rewrite. There was another book, so when you look it up in Goodreads, you're going to have some confusion. Start there. I also want to preface with, I've really gotten out of this genre. I haven't read too much of it. Any paranormal type of stuff. The only thing I really read now, of course, is Black Dagger Brotherhood, because whoever stops reading that? J.R. Ward. But, so I haven't read it in a long time. I got 2 pages in, and I was enthralled. I did go to the first book, and I read the first book.
Yes.
Because I have to read the whole series. That's just me. So I went back, read the first book. Amazing. This is literally 2 books in one. It's the paranormal Gods book along with the story of the humans. So she could have 2 total series here. Yeah. But she mixes them into one. So if you haven't read the first book, tiny spoilers, I guess. This is just telling you what it's about.
Yeah. You could spoil her. You can spoil her. It's okay. The
first book is... Well, the series is about the gods who do this contest where they compete against each other for favors. You know, whoever wins a favor from the other god at some later point. So it's Aphrodite's turn to compete against each of the gods. And what the game is they pick, whoever she's competing against picks somebody, and then she picks somebody who's going to fall in love with them. And the other person wants them to not fall in love. They have, 21 days for this to happen. So Aphrodite's betting they're going to fall in love, and it's going to be a true love match, and the other person's betting that this person that they picked is so dysfunctional, they're not going to fall in love.
Right.
So the first book was versus Apollo. This book is versus Ares. Again, you pretty much have 2 books in one. You do need to read the first book for the background on the gods. You really should, just for the background on the gods. But in terms of the humans... You don't need to read the first book. So,
yeah.
There's that. I was so impressed and enthralled by how Staci was able to weave abuse and being physically abused into this book that it wasn't until the end that I saw all the different pieces and aspects of it, and I was like, wow, such a powerful message. In a book, a paranormal book about gods and this and that, and such a powerful message to be, just woven into this story.
Well, and let me preface, because this series, at least first 2 books, because this second book, is, to me, a different departure from some of her other books. To me.
Yeah, I would agree.
Because
I've read Staci before.
She's very sarcastic and funny, and
it's all in there.
All that's in there. But she's, I don't know.
It's a heavy subject. It is.
It's a lot different than what you see.
I can't say you don't. I didn't feel it until the end, and I was like, "Whoa!" I was almost completely done with the book, and I was like, "Holy S! Whoa! That was really heavy." And she did it in this way. I mean, abuse is, that's a big topic. It's a hard topic. The abuser and the abusee, it's not like she makes you feel sympathy for somebody who's abusing somebody else, but just to see, it's called shift, and to see that shift in somebody. And that's exactly what that book is. To see that shift, that moment when they go from normal, obsessed, loving, crazy to boom.
Yeah.
Over the edge, bad.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's why it's called Shift. I get it. And it was about 80% through the book.
Yeah. First of all, I will read anything Staci sends me or puts out. She is just addicting.
She is.
She's addicting. And so we kind of went into the beginning. We didn't talk about her. We did Candy's book review. We met Staci at the same signing.
Mm-hmm.
But literally we both had never at that time, even her little cheap ass, never even read any of her books. So her cheap ass, like even just reading, like looking through, like she has these picture books, like that she literally had taken pictures. Do you remember those picture books? Taking pictures that were based on her books. And like, I mean, they were just gorgeous. But this heifer who doesn't shell out money for crap.
But no, let me stop. I paid $9.99 every month for Kindle Unlimited.
No, I'm not saying that. But she does not buy regular books. Like, does not.
No,
she bought a damn book.
Yeah, I
like,
did.
Like, Staci, she loved you so much.
I heard
your personality so much. Oh. And what she read on the back cover of a book.
I have two of Staci's books right here.
Well, yeah, because I bought one for her.
No, but this is the book I bought.
Oh, yeah. That is the book she bought. Yep.
This is the book I bought with Staci's,
and then this is the one
she got me.
That's the one I just got her.
So yeah, I don't have physical books anymore because one, I have so many physical books. It was.
We used to do book swaps.
It got too expensive, and I didn't know what to do with them because I can't part with them because I love them all. And I usually read in the middle of the night now because I have small children. They're always pulling my bookmarks out. So I read on my phone, on my Kindle. And I do all ebooks. I get them from the library. I get them from Kindle Unlimited. That's the way I read. So yes, when I met Staci, I loved her so much. I hadn't bought anybody's book at that book signing, and then I bought this. I bought two people, Staci's and Infinitely Douglas.
I can't. The glare is so bad. I hate glares. Like, you have to see how cute we are.
Oh, there
you go. Look how cute! I almost wanted to wear a hat just
to be matchy.
Just to be matchy, because I loved you so hard.
But this book.
Literally, this book is...
The
series is just... Okay, so I read the original.
I didn't, but I kind of want to.
Yeah, I read the original.
I'm so curious.
I read the original, and I thought it was good. I thought it was good. I was like, I was okay with it. I thought it was good. After I got hooked on your other books. So I thought it was good. But then you re-released, and I was like, holy crap. Like, she just, like...
Again,
added
it's not a name change, it's not a cover change. It's
to it. Like, there was so much meat. There was so much.
It's a total flesh out.
It literally was. There was so much more. Like, it is a whole new book. There's some people that just slap on a new cover and call it a new name. Oh, I got the rights to my book again. After 10 years,
I fixed the typos.
I did an edit change or whatever. No, this is literally a whole new book. At least that's the way it feels. I'm going to tell you, when I reread it through, because literally I'm thinking I'm rereading it. But you're not rereading it because you are reading a whole new book.
So only 2 of the series are out so far. Shift is the second. Yeah. I think there's, 4 in the original series?
Yeah.
Maybe
and I'm
going
to tell you, Candy, they were in a discussion group. On Staci Hart has a reader group.
Mm-hmm.
And Candy was in the reader group. Her and Staci are friends. They was in the reader group, and she literally told everybody, because she had read it. She probably was one of the betas or whatever, and had read it and said, "You guys do not understand. This is not just a smack a cover on and look how spicy the cover is. This is a legit new book." It is completely, like, it's gonna this
is mainly so when you go on Goodreads and you look it up. Like I said, I had such a hard time. Like, where's the first book?
I forgot.
And I asked her, I was like, what's this Gods and something? It's called Hearts and Arrows now, but I can't find the first one. That's because it's a re-release.
And I'm going to tell you, this series is Amazeballs. Oops, I said series, and
I'm sorry, I don't have that information.
My phone thought I said Siri. Idiot. Damn Australians. I just want you to know, her comedy, her sarcasm, her just quirkiness, the way she writes, that is her. That literally is her. Her spin on things, I could literally tell you that is her. When you meet her, when I've Facebook messaged her, I have talked to her at RT, literally sat down, had conversations with her at RT, minus alcohol, so it was sober conversations with her. Even when we met her in San Francisco, legit, just great person, but funny, sarcastic, but that is the type of character she writes. Those are the type of people she writes about. I'm really, really irritated with her because there's certain people like you get irritated. Like we were irritated with Candy because she was a vegan. I'm irritated with Staci because I'm crushing hard on her. Like I have a girl crush, like super girl crush. And I was like, oh my God, she's on the West Coast. Oh my gosh, she lives close. Like I could like do a drive-by. Drive-by meaning I'm in Cali, like she was like I think in Oregon or something, or I don't know, something like that. But I was like, oh, I could go stay in her house, like, you know, in my dream world, like literally in my dream world. She moved to Amsterdam just so I couldn't stalk her.
Good move. Okay.
Restraining order, I think.
It was preemptive.
Yeah.
You're gonna do just a quick little.
Oh yeah, let her do a little
blurb.
Quick thing. This is
from the human side. I hope it's not any spoilers. I don't think it is. So
and it's okay if it is. It's been out long enough that I think it's.
So this is about. It says it's 24% in.
Yeah.
Again, this is from the human side. It's just a small little excerpt. So, never in his life had he met someone like her. She was fierce and strong, smart and sharp, but she cut him just as quickly as he could grab her. But, more than anything, he discovered that she was real. More real than any woman he'd ever known. She needed no one but herself and her sister. He understood that more deeply than he could express. The minute his mother had died, he'd been alone, besides Owen. The walls he built were just as much for his protection as they were to protect everyone else from him. And those walls were impenetrable to everyone but his brother. In high school, when everyone else had been dating and partying, going to prom and worrying over the homecoming court, Dylan had been surviving beatings from his father. Blood payment to keep Owen from enduring it in his place. When everyone had gone off to college, Dylan had been fighting in warehouses for money to pay for his apartment while Owen finished school. While people had been getting married and having kids, he'd become the king of an empire, demanding solitude, working to pay for Owen's college. Dylan never had a chance at normal, but Owen would. Owen would have everything he wished for, and Dylan would do anything to provide for the future he deserved. Little excerpt, again, from the human side. 2 stories in one. 2 amazing stories in one. That's obviously the male character, the male lead, his background, him in a nutshell.
Yeah. And you get fully developed characters out of her. Fully
so
developed, rich. I mean, you are in their life. Like, seriously, I feel like you're in their life. And that's in every book I read of hers. I feel like I'm there. You're fully developed characters. And she's one of those people that when she writes a female's perspective, a female character, they're not wimps.
No.
They're strong.
These are the
badass chicks. Even when they're like small framed women, they can hold their own.
But that's what got me about the abuse of this, is that these are really super strong women. And to have the abuse aspect in here, again, because the strongest characters you can see, and just, again, you see the shift in them, where they go from that strong person to what the F just happened to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's
Read
legit.
it. Check it out. I suggest reading the first one.
Yeah, read the first one. I think that's just kind of a must. I think the must is you need to read the first one. I would not consider this a standalone. To me, I don't think it's a standalone. I feel like you should read the first one.
You could read it, but it's best.
I think it's best to read the first one, and then to move into Shift.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my viewpoint.
I agree.
Maybe I'm just trying to make some money, but I'm just saying, you just get a better flow of the storyline to me, and I think that is more important to me. I want to know what's going on with characters. I want to know how it's developed. I want to go into a story and like not go, huh?
Yeah.
Like it not it be completely thrown off. And I think reading one and going into the second, it makes much more sense.
So check it out, Staci Hart, Shift.
Oh God.
The second of the Hearts and Arrows series.
Yes. And you guys will love it. You will love it. If you don't love it, you can send your emails to her. Not to me.
Bye,
Bye, you guys. Thanks, Staci, for letting us review it. I appreciate it.